got a call for a walk-in box that's having issues, so let's get out there and take a look at it. We're having the endless winter out here. I think it's the wettest recorded winter in California and since they've been keeping records. Still raining. All right, let's get out there and take a look. All right, so I just got out here, and this one's classic. Like what I'm standing in. That's like the edge, and it's, look at the roof here. I'm noticing this thing's flooding back, so the coil's probably iced up. We gotta go take a look at that. I turned it off by the defrost timer here. Look at this thing. Jim. And so I got up here, I found it like this, so I just wanted to turn it off, and we'll go downstairs and look at the evaporator coil. Let's put a mark on this time clock here. See if it even advances or anything. And let's go downstairs and look at the evaporator. Here's the box. There's our coil. Oh, the old 134A specialer. Old schooler. Yeah, she's pretty. A little bit of ice on her back there. Yeah, and back here too. So I'm gonna let her defrost and then we'll get digging into it. See where that's set. Probably set a little bit too low. Right there, so we'll have to dig into this and check it out. Alright, that's what the back of the coil is looking like. So let me get it de-iced and then we'll have to do a big old cleanup. And then we'll get the unit restarted and see why it's why we're icing up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take this side cover off, and so when the I get the ice melted off of there and the coil cleaned up, I want to see. We're gonna check our superheated, our TXV, and make sure that TXV is operating properly. Yeah, it's old damn boss. There we go. And this coil here is so old, I don't even think it has a tap on it. It's old school. No header tap. Good old coils, man. They never leak, these ones. The copper was really thick on them. There's our solenoid valve. Okay, it's in there. Lurking. Ice off there, you can see how dirty she is. Filthy. So I'm going to do some cleaning here and we'll take a look at it after I clean it up. Plugged up the drain, so now I got the drain clear. All the ice melted. I get a bunch of water out of that coil now. It was mega flood. Okay, so we got the coil de-iced, we got it cleaned up as good as we can. You can see it's still stained. I actually got the garden hose up here and washed it out. There's a little hanger right there. Right there. So I'm gonna let the coil dry out and then we will restart the unit. Well, we'll go up, we'll check that time clock, see if it advanced, and then we'll restart the unit. We'll check our superheat, check our system out. The time clock seems to be advancing, so I'm letting that coil downstairs dry out. This one has a dual pressure control, and we also have a fan cycling switch. It's real common out here where I live. You'll see these condensing units with like a little dog house on them. These are indoor condensing units, and we put them outside here all the time because we don't have the super low ambience, although this one does using a fan cycling switch for head pressure control. You'll probably see that in a lot of my videos. I probably never mentioned that, but those are indoor units, and the guys in town do that to get a lower bid and get jobs. But look how beat this box is. This is an old box, dude. And it's hammered. So the time clock, I need to look at the guts at it. I need to turn it off, pull the guts out, see what the contacts look like. But I'm gonna let the coil dry out, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, got the high side hooked up and the low side. You know, today's a day like today is a good day to keep a pair of analogs on the truck. And you don't have to worry about killing some expensive gauges. All right, let's turn it on and see what happens. You'll see the condenser fan's gonna wait for the head pressure to come up from our fan cycling switch here. We can check that where it cuts in and cuts out at. And our suction pressure. And we'll check our charge. This tells us anything about our charge here. Sight glass looks full. And we'll let it run around for a bit here and see what happens. Running. I'm gonna go hook up. I got a probe in the box. I'm gonna hook the DL429 to it for temperature reading. And as the temperature comes down, we'll get into sniffing around what that TXV is doing as far as superheat. All right, so I got it turned on. We'll get her started up. We'll let her start cooling down, and we'll see how she does. I'll get the door sealed up here, and we'll take it from there. We'll let it cool down and we'll taste it. The box is down to about 41 degrees, 40, it might be 40 when I get back down there. So we're at that's a 23 suction, which looks like it converts to about 25 degree evaporator. I'll look on the PT chart to check too. So we're at 23, we'll see what temperature our outlet of our evaporator is and see what the superheat is on that. Hang in there. Okay, so the box is down to 39. I'll put some screenshots up. I think we're only running about a 2 degrees. Superheat, so I'm going to have to drill that valve in the adjuster. We got to get that superheat set up. Okay, right there you can see I'm at a 22 degree evaporator. Oh, looks like we're pumping down now, so we made it to set point. The set point was about 37 or 38 degrees. Just going to pump down and shut off. You can check our pressure switch. It was about a 24 evaporator, 34 coming out, so it's a 10 degree superheat. Oh, looky there, no good. I'm gonna fix that. I gotta adjust the cutout. Hold up and down to death. Look at that. So let's see where I get it adjusted to here. So, or the new guys, always check your whole system. Multiple offender. Yeah, baby. Superheat was out. This thing's whacked. Let's see what else we can find. I think the thermostat was set too low also. So let's see what else we come up with here. Just got that adjusted up, so I got it turning off about 1 or 2 instead of running into a vacuum now. Let's carry on here. We're readjusting at the pressure switch. That's where we're at. We're about a 24-degree evaporator. I had 34 outlet. That's 10-degree superheat. Should be close enough. I think the main problem we had today was the coil was iced up because that coil was so dirty and the stat was set so low. And the customer was thinking the defrost timer was bad, but it's advancing and I can cycle it. And it goes off. We'll let it sit for a minute. We'll bring it back on. Now this is not the ideal way to run your defrost timer. Ideally you want it to break the solenoid valve so the unit will pump down. We'll let it sit for a minute here. Alright, there she goes. So I looked at the contacts, they look fine. I think we're around 5 o'clock now. That reset. Okay. Everything else is looking good. So we got deep clean evaporator coil. You know, we got de-ice, deep clean. Found our low pressure switch at cutout, was taking our compressor into a vacuum. That will kill your compressor, so you guys know. So you check your cut in and your cut out. This one's cut in minus differential, or cut out. I screwed that up real good, huh? So your cut in is cut out minus differential. That's how they do it. That was today's multiple offender. You know, the customer called me thinking the defrost timer was bad because his box got hot. And he said when he opened the door to the defrost timer, the unit turned on. But I think that was coincidence. But that's how they go sometimes. So like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.
Together for a few years.